Your Chrysler Plymouth dealer is pleased to be a part of this Pittsburgh Pirate telecast.
Well, the Cardinals about set to take the field. Temperature in the high 70s. It's very humid. Pete Falcone will be going to the mound for St. Louis. Falcone with a record of 2-6, 5.35 ERA, and he'll be facing this Pittsburgh lineup. Rennie Stennett to lead off at second base. Rennie hitting .312, and Phil Garner, who's been hot over the past week, batting second at third base. Big Dave Parker will be in right field, batting third with Bill Robinson in the cleanup spot. Robinson in left. Al Oliver hitting .293 in the number 5 spot. Oliver is in center. Willie Stargell at first base. Stargell with 11 home runs to this point this season. Frank Taveras, who leads the majors in steals, is at shortstop. Duffy Dyer is back of the plate. He missed a week with a hamstring pull, hitting 8th. And on the mound, left-hander Jerry Royce. Royce 3-7. Pittsburgh managed by Chuck Tanner. Setting the Cardinal defense tonight, Brock is out of the lineup. He's getting a rest. Hector Cruz will be in left field. Tony Scott in center field, and he has been hot at the plate, batting .311. Mike Anderson getting the start in right. The Cardinal infield is a good one. They cover a lot of ground, especially this man, the third baseman, Kenny Reitz. The shortstop might be the best player ever developed by the Cardinal chain. That's what they're saying in St. Louis now. That is Gary Templeton with Mike Tyson at second base. And Keith Hernandez enjoying a good year, trying to get up at the 300 figure, just a couple of points below that right now at first. Ted Simmons enjoying a good year back of the plate. And on the mound for St. Louis, a bit of an enigma, Pete Falcone, who came up 2 years ago with the San Francisco Giants. Falcone spent only 2 years in the minor leagues, then made the jump not only to the majors but right into the Giants rotation. Spent a year in San Francisco. Then he was traded to the Cardinals for Ken Reitz, who has now, of course, come back in the deal that sent Lynn McLaughlin to San Francisco. But we're looking at a guy right now, Bill, who a lot of people feel should be one of the best pitchers in baseball in a very, very short period of time. But it looks like he's quite a bit away from that right now.
Well, it takes left-handers a little longer to get to that point, I think, than at least that's what they say. Now, being left-handed, I don't agree with it, but let's give him the benefit of that doubt.
Well, he's got a good fastball. He's got a sharp-breaking curve, changes speeds well, but he has had concentration lapses this season, and perhaps that is the basic reason for his problems. He'll go to work on Rennie Stennett, Phil Garner, and Dave Parker in the first inning in the twilight in St. Louis. Stennett hitting .312, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. And the first pitch is up high, ball 1. 1-0. The Pirates had a 6-game winning streak snapped in the second game of a doubleheader at home against Montreal yesterday. The Cards over the weekend took 2 of 3 from the Phillies. Fly ball to right field. Mike Anderson gets underneath it. And Stennett out number 1. 1 away in the first inning. And that'll bring up Phil Garner. Garner came over from Oakland. Phil had been playing second base with the A's. The Pirates acquired him to play third. He has done a good job defensively. Offensively, his figures aren't that impressive, but he's been getting some key hits. He's been hot of late. And Garner, despite a relatively low batting average, is second on the club right now in runs scored. 1-0 the count. Pete Falcone working on Garner with 1 down, bases empty in the first. In there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Garner. He'll be followed by Dave Parker. Outfield playing Garner to pull. Falcone comes in with a change, and Garner hits it foul off to the left and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirates are predominantly left-handed hitting ball club over the years. They're big guns from that side, so they would, over the years anyway, appear to be more vulnerable against left-handed pitching. You're talking about guys like Parker and Oliver, Stargell. 1-2 pitch, missing high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. This year, the Pirates are playing 500 ball against left-handers. They are 8 over 500 against right-handers. Hit to left field and deep. Cruz looking up, and she's off the top of the fence. Cruz plays it on a hop, and Garner pulls in at second with a stand-up double. So Garner missed a home run by maybe 2 feet.
Garner's a pretty good high fastball hitter. He got it there. Looked like a fastball, and he jumped all over it. You wonder why he's only hitting down in the 220s. He hits a fastball well. He hits well with men on base. He did last year for the Oakland A's.
So Phil Garner, who has hit .346 over the past week, doubles for the first hit of the game, and Dave Parker is the batter. He's leading the league. He's batting .353. 11 home runs, 51 runs batted, and right now he has a 13-point lead in the batting race, with Manny Trillo of the Cubs second at .340. Parker gets under it. It's a high fly ball to right center field, shallow. Scott is there and waves Anderson away to make the catch. Gardner holds at second. 2 down. So the first 3 Pirates have hit the ball in the air. Stennett flying out to right, then Gardner a double off the top of the wall. And now Parker flies out as Bill Robinson comes up. Robinson has been hot, and with first base open here, Falcone really shouldn't give him anything decent to look at. Left-handed batting Al Oliver is on deck. Robinson hitting .309. High for a ball. 1-0 the count. Bill Robinson yesterday in the second game. There's Garner at second base, off to his lead. Robinson in the second game of the doubleheader against Montreal had 4 hits to celebrate his 34th birthday. Up high, ball 2. 2-0. Bill Robinson, the kind of guy, took him a while to get started. The Yankees thought he'd be one of their key guys, and all of a sudden they became disenchanted, and out he went.
Actually, almost stayed out of baseball a year. Went home to Indianapolis. Look what he's doing now.
Pitches inside for ball 3. Then the Phillies had him for a while, and now he's really come into his own with Pittsburgh.
You know, he's bothered by a pulled leg muscle, and he has tried pantyhose, but he doesn't wear them any longer. He wears them a couple of days to put them down.
Just trying to get some nameless action in the commercials, I think. That pitch is inside, ball 4. So it figured that Falcone wouldn't give Robinson anything decent to look at with a left-handed batting Oliver coming up, and that's exactly what happens. As Robinson walks and goes to first, Garner is at second,
center fielder Al Oliver.
And Al Oliver comes up. Oliver hitting .293, 9 homers, 36 runs batted in. Oliver in April off to a slow start, but Al a fine hitter and back up where he belongs now, near 300. Half swing strike, and the count 0-1. First inning, the Pirates and the Cardinals in St. Louis. This is the first in a 4-game series. The two clubs a twilight doubleheader tomorrow, and then a single game on Wednesday. For the Pirates, what it means is 5 games in 3 days with a doubleheader yesterday. Away from Simmons, who thought he had it, and the runners move off as Garner takes a big turn at third and then holds. Simmons thought he still had the ball in the webbing of his catcher's mitt as he looked into the mid, and the ball was at the backstop. And it scored as a wild pitch. So the runners move along to second and third, and the count on Oliver is 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield straight away. 2 on, 2 out. Hit by the mound. Templeton can't get it. That's a base hit. Garner will score. Here comes Scott's throw as Robinson comes home, and he is out of there. Bill Robinson cut down at home after Garner comes in to score. Robinson cut down Scott to Simmons. A run, 2 hits, man left after a half. Pirates 1, Cards coming up.
Boy, Runge must have some doubt about the call, or he'd have had Rapp out of here long ago. He's out of here. Now a fan wanted to come on the field and help out. So he's going to get a night in the cooler on the house. Hope he likes bread and water. Vern Rapp's really going to get his money's worth now. Hold it up. good-looking guy in the picture is Charlie Muse, our traveling secretary, but he's got a souvenir that is going to be put, I imagine. I guess you have to send that one to the Hall of Fame at Cooperstown, won't you? 400 sends him to 17th all-time ahead of Kaline. The next goal is Duke Snyder. He needs 7 more to tie the Duke, and then you'll be getting number 408. That'll make him 16th all-time. That's a souvenir, and it's hit by Stargell. Thanks, Charlie, for bringing that over. Milestone for Captain Willie. All right, here we go into the bottom of the 8th, and Templeton will be looking at the Goose. Keeson worked 7 strong innings, struck out 4, walked 1, spaced 6 hits, left leading 5-1. Gossage is on to work the 8th inning. It's his 36th appearance. That's tops on the staff. 6 wins, 5 losses, 13 saves. Strike 1. Templeton, Scott, and Hernandez, they'll all bat left-handed against the right-hander Gossage in relief of Keeson. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That is a K jab. That's his patent, isn't it? His first strikeout, number 5 against the Redbirds in the game. And that gives Goose Gossage 77 strikeouts in 63 innings. He's a reliever, but he leads our staff in strikeouts now with 77. And here is Scott, 1 for 3. Ball 1. The Giants have tied the Reds 4-4, bottom of the 8th at Riverfront. Did he?
No!
No, he didn't. I didn't even need to say it. You could hear Runge say it. Guess he's trying to get even for all that yelling he took. Wasn't any doubt about that when he took about a 5-iron shot at that one. 2 balls and a strike. Seattle trying to cool off the White Sox. 9th inning in Chicago. Seattle 3, White Sox 1. Detroit beat Boston 7-2. That one took off. Slipped on that one. 3 balls and a strike. Cleveland beat Baltimore 11-8 in the first of 2 in the second game in the 5th inning. The Orioles lead the Indians 1-0. Milwaukee leads Minnesota 1-0 in the 5th. California will host the Royals later at Anaheim. Bullseye 3-2. Well, we're in the bottom of the 8th. We got a pretty good shot here at getting to Eyewitness News pretty much on time tonight, haven't we? Ray Tannehill and the gang doing it this week. There's another strikeout for the Goose. And I imagine Ray sneaks a little peek once in a while. He's not only an excellent TV newscaster, but he's a great baseball fan. Probably got that monitor right there while he's writing it. Here's Keith Hernandez, 2 for 3. Smashed foul right side. Ends up in their bullpen. Strike 1 count. Gossage working in the 8th inning, trying to bolt one down for Keeson. And I'll be anxious to see if Keeson's hands stood the test again here tonight.
Good pitch.
That one ricocheted off of the umpire's shin guard and bounced about 150 feet. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2 away, nobody on. Templeton and Scott. 2 strikeouts for Gossage in the inning. 6 Cardinals have struck out in the game. The Pirates are on top 5-1. They've out hit the Redbirds 10-6. There haven't been any errors. That one just did slide outside, and it's 3-1. Raider would be next. Urea is throwing in their bullpen. He was the spring sensation. Came to their spring camp and made their club. And earned it. Boy, he pitched well. First couple of times we saw him, he was sensational. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Keith Hernandez bounced out to Stennett in the first, singled in the 4th, singled again in the 6th. He is 6 for 11 in this series. All right, a payoff pitch from the Goose. Foul back. He's still up there. Well, So the Phillies will be leaving in a little while to go home to await the arrival of the Pirates tomorrow night. The Odell Jones against Carlton in the opener. You'll be seeing it tomorrow night right here on Pirate Television again. Got him on a curveball that time. Stennett backing up into right center. Rennie will squeeze it, and it's 3 up and 3 down for the Goose. We've played now 8 complete innings. It's the Pirates 5 and the Cardinals 1. Hey kids, snuck in a little late baseball TV, didn't you? Well, while you're up, listen to this. Circle your wrists with Pirate Gold on Pirate Wristband Day, Sunday, July 24th. Be there. Robowski is ready to work his second inning, and he'll be looking at Garner, Parker, and then Marino.
Phil Garner.
Garner tonight is 1 for 3 plus a walk. And the single in the second gave Phil an 8-game hitting streak. He's had 5 hits in the series. Stennett's had 6. Homers tonight by Robinson and Stargell. Robinson got us out in front with a 2-run homer in the first. If the score holds up, Robbie will get the winning RBI. Stargell had a 2-run homer in the 5th. The run in between was driven in by Stennett with a single in the second inning. So it's 5-1 Pirates. We're in the 9th inning. Oh, you got to spin around when he churns it up in there. Ball 1. Robowski is overpowering, and for a guy who couldn't make his little league team or his high school team and wondered about his future, he can really bring it. One ball and no strikes. They've used 4 pitchers. The Bucks have used a pair. He started after it but laid off. Eason and Gossage for the Bucks. They started with Rasmussen, relieved with Metzger, Carroll, and Robowski. Robowski came on in the 8th inning and got him 1, 2, 3. There's a high foul over this way, and it's 2-1. They're in the 9th inning at Riverfront. Giants and Reds involved in a 4-4 tie. San Diego now leading Houston 7-3 in the 6th in the Astrodome. There is a drive that's going to be going out of here. A home run for Scrap Iron. That's his 2nd against this club. And his 6th of the year, our 3rd tonight, our 61st of the year. That'll put a little icing on the cake for the Goose in the 9th. It makes it 6-1. All right, let's watch Robowski's reaction when the ball is gone, and it was really gone. There wasn't any doubt. You knew it was gone when you heard the crack of the bat. Oh, tip your cap to it, Al. You're never going to see it again. Hey, that's a great replay. Got to give the guy in the slow-mo credit for picking out a good one there. There's a tapper. Oh, a check swing, and it's a hit. And after hitting the ball all over the place tonight and getting nothing, an excuse me double, and I'll tell you something. The Cobra's not going to apologize one iota for that, because in the 1st inning he lined hard to right. In the 2nd inning he lined hard to the first baseman. In the 5th he hit a shot to the shortstop. In the 6th inning he sent the center fielder to the wall. He was 0 for 4, backing away and in a little excuse me bloop right down the third base side for a double. Sometimes you make up for it. So Garner started it with a homer off Robowski. Parker gets a double, and here is Omar Marino batting for the first time. 2 hits now off Robowski. 12 hits in the game for the Bucks. A ball to Omar. Marino is batting .228, 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. So 3 long balls here tonight. Robinson in the 1st, Stargell in the 5th, and Garner in the 9th. It's 6-1 Pirates. Garner's other home run against this club, it was in the first series, as I recall. Look out. Don't get in the way of one of those fastballs. They explode. Of course, if you hit one, it explodes too. Garner proved that Garner's homer was off Forsch. And it was at Three Rivers in the second game of the year. All right, runner at second, nobody out. A 2-0 to Marino. Took his good cut, but came up empty, and it's 2-1. We got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fifth, 1 here in the ninth. The lone Cardinal run came in the fifth. The Buccos are leading 6-1. We've doubled them in the hit column, 12-6. Going to try to get out of town with a victory here. Boy, he just keeps pumping. 2-2. 3 home runs and 4 stolen bases and good pitching and good defense. Put that together for 9 innings and you got a chance to win, and that's what the Pirates have done here tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marino waiting. Parker at second. Fouled it back, holding 2-2. Parker retracing his steps to second base. His double was his second hit of the series. He'll end up 2 for 15. Now he's ready to go to Philadelphia and get it going again. 2-2. Hrabosky working in his second inning. Omar Marino batting for the first time tonight. Came on as a pinch runner in the 7th and stayed in the game. There's a high pop on the right side. Hernandez may move a couple of steps toward the line. And Marino is out. It's 1 away. Looking to their ninth, they'll have Rader, Mumphrey, and Phillips to look at the goose. But right now, Oliver will be batting, and Al is 0 for 3 tonight. 7th inning, a tremendous play by their shortstop, youngster who's just amazing everybody with his all-around play, Gary Templeton. He was way out on the grass and had to go away from his motion and still got enough and made it look easy. Threw him out by a step and a half. Boy, you talk about a great future ahead of somebody. Templeton fits that to a T. Bob Bragg, the very famous sports writer here at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, wrote a raving column on him the other day. Look out. Ball 1. He just said that he might be the best product in history of the Cardinal organization. You know what that includes? Start with Musial, for instance. There's a high fly ball out into center, and the center fielder, he's not going to outrun this one. It bounces up for a ground rule double, and the run will score, and it's a double for Oliver, and it's 7-1 Pirates. Ground rule double. Parker scores, and Al Oliver joins the hit parade. That is our 13th hit. 3 in this inning off Hrabosky. RBI for Oliver. Oliver getting his 12th double and his 38th run batted in. All right. And here's the captain who hit number 400 in the 5th inning with a man aboard. Had a base hit in the 7th, so Stargell is 2 for 4 tonight. He's had 3 hits in the series. Look out. And with that, our bench is screaming at Hrabosky. Boy, I'm telling you, and he's going to be warned now. And Parker's right up on top, practically daring Hrabosky to pop off. And now Vern Rapp has been warned, and Chuck Tanner is being pointed at, saying, if you retaliate, you get it. And that's the inequity of that rule. Now, in the next inning, if Gossage comes close to somebody, Tanner pays the price. All right, Willie Stargell, the batter. Runner at second is Oliver. We've had a home run and 2 doubles in the inning off Hrabosky. The 2 doubles were by left-hand batters. There's a bouncer to first. Hernandez with it. He will come to the bag. Stargell's out, and Oliver moves to third. Boy, it was almost in unison our bench got up to squawk when Hrabosky looked like a headhunter on Captain Willie. All right, here is Ed Ott. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Had a base hit in the 5th inning. Hrabosky's not doing so much of that psyching himself here tonight. He's trailing by 6 runs now. Now, Runge is looking over to our bench and telling our people to sit down. I didn't know you could do that. I thought the dugout was your domain as long as you weren't giving the umpire words that are unprintable or question his ancestry. I'll tell you something, folks. If another pitch comes close, you might see the dugouts empty here. They had a free-for-all against Houston earlier here this year. Boy, it's like sitting on a powder keg right here. Ott gets a piece of it, strike one. It's almost like, as I look into our dugout, it's like almost everybody's looking at the Cardinal dugout and they've got somebody picked out. All right, Hrabosky ready. We've touched him up for a couple of runs and lead 7-1. We've out hit him 13-6. Runner at third is Oliver. Way high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Goose knows he's going to have at least a 6-run lead to work on in the 9th inning when he looks at Rader, Mumphrey, and Phillips as he tries to save one for Bruce Kison. Kison's going to be pressed into service a day early, and he's going to pitch the finale Sunday against the Phillies at the Vet. You'll see that one on Pirate TV also. Now it's 2-1. And in case you missed it earlier, our pitching for that series is Jones against Carlton Thursday, Candelaria and Cott on Friday, Royce and Lurch on Saturday. Those are all-night games. Sunday afternoon, Kison against Christensen. 2 balls and a strike. Hrabosky bends one but misses, and it's 3-1, and Frank Taveras is due up next. So Hrabosky back there working on the baseball. Now he's ready by jarring that ball into his glove. That helps. That helps if you can pitch. And he can pitch. He doesn't build up that record he's had over the last 3 or 4 years with mirrors. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He put something extra in that one. Maybe he's going back to find another one just like it. Well, I saw him on one national TV game. I think it was a Monday night a year ago or something against the Phillies. He threw nothing but fastballs, and he struck out Lazinski and Schmidt and one other batter. And the ball looked like a blur. When he wants to hum it, he can bring it. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner at third, Oliver. Ott the batter. Pirates leading 7-1 in the top of the 9th inning. Ed Ott 1 for 4 on the night, and here's the pitch. He just laced one up the middle, and now it's 8-1. Threw one too many fastballs. It's almost as if Ott knew it. It was right in his wheelhouse. 4 hits in the inning, 14 hits in the game for the Bucks. We lead 8-1. Boy, this is the tonic we've been looking for. Frank Taveras will be the batter. Ed Ott is down at first having a little chat with Al Monchek. All right, a 7-run advantage now. We've out hit him 14-6. Taveras has had 1 hit, and he's stolen 2 bases. Fouled right back here below us. In the 2nd inning, Taveras singled, stole 2nd, and stole 3rd, and scored on a Stennett single. Rennie's had 3 hits, Garner 2. Robinson had a couple before he left. Stargell 2, Oliver 1, Ott a pair, Parker 1. A total of 14 hits. That ball gets away, and Ott will go to second base. A wild pitch. Some of the fans were getting on Rader. Pretty hard to flag that one down. And the official score backed that up by putting it in the book as a wild pitch. Taveras, the 7th man to bat in the inning here. 3 runs up on the board to make it an 8-1 Pirate lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They're in the bottom of the 9th. The Reds up in a tie game in their ballpark at Riverfront, tied 4-4 with the Giants. Base hit left field. It's going to take off and roll to the corner. Ott's going to score run number 9. Taveras has doubled. It's his 2nd hit. Hey, I don't remember giving Hrabosky a going over like this. Now it's a 9-1 game, Buccos. Sorry about that to the Eyewitness News gang. I had you all ready to go on time, but after the way we've had the first 3 games, I hope you don't mind if we get a nice lead for the 9th inning. We got one of those coming. All right, Taveras at second base. His second hit and his first run batted in tonight. He's out there talking with Kessinger, a little giving him a barber jab. And Gossage will be the batter, and he'll be the 8th Pirate to come up in the inning. Why don't we have a little pause for station identification right here? Okay. This is the Pittsburgh Pirate Baseball Network.
KDK TV2 Pittsburgh.
All right, here is Laguse. Not a bad hitter either. He's 3 for 9. Couple of runs batted in. That's a ball. One of his 3 hits has been a double. Taveras at second, 2 down. 4 runs are in against Hrabosky. He doesn't get lit up like this very often. One ball, 1 strike. They've gone to the 8th in the Astrodome. Padres continue to lead Houston 7-4. The Padres have had a rough road trip. I think a ball got away in the Cardinal bullpen, and Art Williams, the third base umpire, called time. One of their ushers is chasing it down out in right center. The grace of an antelope. One that's been stuffed. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a strike. You mean to tell me it's not more fun when you're leading? The last 3 games were murder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled up this way. Look out in the booth. Don't wreck one of those cameras. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Goose, and Stennett, the only Pirate who hasn't batted, is on deck to the left side. They've gone to the 10th at Cincy. Giants and Reds 4-4. A ball and 2 strikes to the Goose as he bats here in the 9th inning. Taveras at second. Fouled way up to the right side. Look out below. It's up and out of the upper deck. So Gossage will be ready to wheel and deal in the bottom of the 9th. He's got an 8-run lead. 9-1 Pirates, making up for some lost time here in the finale of this 4-game set. About time we got on easy street. A little popper down the right side toward their bullpen, and Hernandez could not get there, and it's still 1-2 to the Goose. And there's Taveras going back to second base. He doubled in the 9th run. He scored the 3rd run way back in the 2nd inning. Bill Robinson got us off and running in the 1st with a 2-run homer. A liner into the left field pavilion. Stargell is homered. Garner has also hit 1 out. 3 home runs, 4 stolen bases, 15 hits. And that's 2-2. And that's a little more like it. Not many things went our way in the first 3 games of this series. And you can't make up for all those 3-1 outing, but maybe it'll right the old Pirate ship and get it ready for the Philly series starting tomorrow night. That is a strikeout, and that retires the side. That's the 3rd strikeout for Hrabosky, 6th against the Pirates in the game, but we have a 4-run 9th off Hrabosky on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There weren't any errors, and 1 man is left. So the Goose will he's got to feel like he's on easy street going out there now. He's got an 8-run lead. Hold him here and salvage a game in the series. At St. Louis, it's the Pirates 9 and the Redbirds 1. Right after this game, you'll be the first to know with Pittsburgh's #1 news team, Eyewitness News, tonight following this game right here on TV2. Rich Gossage in the 9th will be looking at Rader, followed by Mumphrey and Phillips. Gossage trying to nail 1 down for Bruce Kison. If he does, it'll be Bruce's 6th win and 2nd straight victory after getting that nail repaired, and that could put us back in good shape with that pitching. Now get Rooker ready again. Hopefully he can pitch Monday in the first game or second game of that doubleheader that starts Monday on the 4th of July at home. Be with us now for the next 3 nights and Sunday afternoon on Pirate TV. All 4 games from the vet will be yours right here. We hope you'll be joining us. A strike to Rader, who is 0 for 3. Gossage working in his second inning. In the 8th inning, he got him 3 up and 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Dodgers beat Atlanta 13-7. Montreal shut out the Cubs 5-0. The Mets beat the Phillies 5-3. Strike 1 and 2. San Diego leading Houston 7-4 in the 8th. Giants and Reds 4-4 in the 10th at Riverfront. Detroit beat Boston 7-2. Baltimore and Cleveland are tied 2-2 in the 6th of their second game. Cleveland won the opener 11-8. 2-2 almost took the Redbirds off their roost on the front of his jersey. Now the fans are arguing that, I told you, first time somebody came close, there'd be hooting and hollering here. That's a little K jab in number 3 for the Goose, and it gives him 79 for the year.
When Big Dave Parker strides plateward to meet the Atlanta Braves on Sunday, July 24th, his powerful forearms will flash bright Pirate Gold wristbands, the same style of wristbands that the Bucks will be issuing free to youngsters 14 and under who attend that game that day on $2 general admission reserve or box seat tickets. Pirate Wristband Day, Sunday, July 24th. Circle that date, then come to Three Rivers and circle your wrists with Pirate Gold, the way Dave Parker does. Candelaria to face Sizemore. Bottom of the 5th inning, Pirates 2 and the Phillies 2. Sizemore, home run with nobody on in the 3rd. It followed the Boone home run. At the time, it gave Philadelphia a 2-0 advantage. Bunting, Candelaria. Teamed with Fregosi, and Sizemore is out, 1 away. Here's Philadelphia pitcher Jim Cott. He tried to bunt for a base hit in the 3rd inning and tapped it right back to the mound. Pirates 2, Phillies 2. Candelaria against Cott. A couple of guys on opposite sides of the spectrum in terms of major league experience. Candelaria in only his 3rd year. Tapper right side. Stennett to Fregosi. Cott is out 2 away. Good play by Rennie. Cott hurrying down that first baseline. Second time he tried to bunt for a base hit. Almost placed it perfectly, but just hard enough that Stennett was able to come on and was close enough to the first base bag that his flip was in time to Fregosi to get Cott 2 away. Top of the order in Jerry Martin. Martin was a last-minute replacement for right fielder Bake McBride. I think they announced before the game that McBride was suffering from an allergic reaction. I think what happened is he heard that Candelaria was pitching and then broke out in hives, and so Martin got the start tonight. 2-2, Pirates and Phillies, bottom of the 5th inning. Martin's 0 for 2. Stennett made a nice play in the 1st inning to retire Martin, and then the Philadelphia right fielder struck out in the 3rd. Outfield fanned out pretty good against Martin. Left fielder Gonzalez a couple of steps towards the left field line, and Oliver playing towards the power alley in left center. Fly ball into right center. Oliver coming and makes the catch. Martin is out. Scoops had to come a long way, got a good jump on the ball, and the Phillies are retired 1-2-3 as Martin flies to Oliver. Phillies retired, and now after 5 innings of play, the score remains Pittsburgh 2 and Philadelphia 2.
Moving to the 7th, Milo Hamilton back with you now on the TV side. The total boards are identical, 2-6-1, and Candelaria bounces one to the shortstop Boa. 1 away. The next 3 innings now are brought to you in part by the Brewers of Schmitz Beer. You love us. You love us. And in part by Pennsylvania Lottery. Remember, you've got to play to win. All right, Rennie Stennett coming out now. Squared away to bunt, took it for a strike. Stennett is 2 for 3 tonight. Right at Hebner. He'll pick it and run to the bag. 2 away in a hurry here in the 7th inning. In the 3rd inning, Boone started out the inning against Candelario, the home run into the left field bullpen, and before the crowd stopped cheering, Sizemore got him cheering again, back-to-back round trippers. In the 4th inning, Fregosi hit one into the pavilion in left field with a man aboard to tie it. Phil Garner looking at a strike. He is 0 for 2. He has walked once, still hasn't gotten that hit to give him a 10-game streak, and that's an off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garner. Parker due up next. We're in the 7th inning. 6 hits apiece, 2 runs apiece, each team with 1 error. Well, he comes sidearm over the top, 3/4, submarine, curveballs, screwballs, sliders, fastballs, off speeds on all of them. He's been around. He's won 250 big league games. There's a drive way back. Yes, sir, out of here. Boy, you talk about somebody who hits line drive homers. Garner has just driven one out of here. It didn't take a second, did it? Boy, did he drill one. Garner's put us in front with his 8th home run of the year, and that equals his big league high. He had 8 homers last year with the Oakland A's. And let's take a look at that beautiful swing by Garner. You think he didn't get it all? How? 3-2, we're in front for the first time. Parker fouled. Base hit through the left side. That's our 3rd hit. Maybe his knuckleball isn't knucking. When we go to Cincinnati, we will be on Pirate Television Friday night and again on Sunday afternoon. 2 more TV dates on this road trip for Bucco fans. Bruce Kison in the 2nd will be looking at first baseman Bob Watson. He'll be followed by Jose Cruz and then Joe Ferguson. Bob Watson standing off to the left, watching Kison warm up. Watson will step in with a batting average of .283, and he leads them in RBIs with 64. He has 13 round trippers. Kison, who was the on-deck hitter when the inning ended, came out a little late, so that's why the extra time here. Patty Mystic passes along a note that her uncle Andy Mystic in the hospital and watching our game. So here is Bob Watson, 1 for 9 in the series. The pitching in the doubleheader on Friday night when we go to Cincy. It'll be Royce and Jones against Norman and Capilla. Saturday afternoon, Forster and Seaver. Sunday, it'll be Rooker against Soto. Opener a strike. Strike 2. The Phillies get a couple more for Carlton. And the Phillies are in front of San Diego 6-0 in the 6th inning. Dropped down sidearm, and Watson jumped on it. Had him 0-2, and he got off the hook. So Watson starts the 2nd for Houston with a base knock. Cruz batting .293, and he's their leading hitter. His home run broke up the Long ball game Monday night in the 11th. They hit it off Gassage into the right field pavilion. He has 12 homers and 55 runs batted in. Leads them in hits with 113. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 of his home runs have been against us. One off Demery here and the other off Gassage, the one we just mentioned a moment ago. In this series, he's 3 for 9. Line foul. Gonna break on that one, brother. It was only about a foot outside the line. He really laid some lumber on that one. Bruce Kison got him 3 up and 3 down in the first, made it look easy. Then got out in front of Watson to start this inning with 2 strikes. Got a ball up and in on him where he could handle it, and he laced it through the left side and came up with an opening hit to start the second for Houston. Now it's a 1-1 count on Cruz. Bouncer towards second. That's a double play ball. The flip and the fire, and it is a double play. Taylor May, just like the one that they turned on us. That is our 86th double play of the year. Let's take a look at a tailor-made double play. Watch this neat little flip now by Rennie. Yeah, right on target. And Frank with a fast man running, and he isn't even in the picture yet. Shows you how they turned that one. So the 4-6-3 double play, and here's Ferguson, the catcher. His first at-bat in this series, hitting .259. Steve Wright. Ferguson at the start of the year really hurt us. In fact, he's hit 3 home runs against us. Fouled way up to the right side. He leads them in homers with 14. He homered off Demery in Pittsburgh. He homered off Jones at Three Rivers. There's Art Howe on deck. And he homered off Rooker. All 3 of his home runs were in Three Rivers Stadium. He'd had a little intestinal problem and had missed the first 2 games of this series. Still hitting a respectable .290 against Pirate pitching for the year with 9 hits and 6 runs batted in. 2-2. Nobody on, 2 down. Watson started it with a hit. Cruz bounced into a double play. Bottom of the second and no score. Pirates have out-hit them 3-1. There have been no errors in the early going. Boy, that was close. Was it ever? Started that breaking pitch toward him, hoping it was going to catch that inside corner, but he didn't get the favorable call, and now he's due a payoff pitch. Lines it to left, and Oliver is there. Hey, he had some trouble with that. Might have lost it in the lights momentarily, or it might have been darting because the ball was really hit like it was out of a rocket. So the side's been retired. A couple of well-hit balls in that inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, double play, nobody left. We have played 2 innings at the Astrodome. Lionel Hamilton with you on Pirate Television, and a couple of pitchers putting goose eggs up so far. It's the Pirates nothing and the Astros nothing. He's a very high bouncer. We're going to get another look at it while the scorer decides it's going to be an error on the shortstop. Now he goes up to get the bouncer up around his cap. Then when he wanted to throw, it came out of his glove. He threw, but it was just a little late. As you can see, Robbie was already across the bag. So it's an error on Boa. It puts Robinson at first. The tying runners aboard. Here is Oliver. Scoop batting .302. 16 homers, 74 runs batted in, and that's a strike. 0-1. Throw to first, but not close. Boone bounced the ball to first base. Don't see him do that very often. One ball and 1 strike to Oliver. He's a .303 hitter against Philly pitching this year. Looked like he tried to take something off that pitch, and it just didn't come anywhere near where he wanted it. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Ball, and that makes it 3-1. Oliver's homer against this club was off Reed. Helped us win a 5-4 11-inning game last Tuesday night at home against this club. Fly ball left center, should be caught. Maddox is there, and it's 1 away. Robinson getting back to first base. There's one down in the second. Phillies are in front 1-0, and it'll bring up the center fielder, Omar Moreno. Omar Moreno is hitting very well against Philadelphia to the tune of .341. Has a couple of home runs against them. Hit one off Christensen, the fellow he's looking at now. Hit the other one off McGraw. .249 against the league. 7 homers, 33 RBIs. Fouls off the first pitch to him. Over here in the mezzanine to the left side, and it's strike one. Robinson started the inning reaching on a Boa error. Stayed there as Oliver flied out to Maddox in left center. They're playing Omar as an off-field hitter in left and in center. The right fielder's playing him straight away. That's a ball. If he'd ever hit the ball on the ground in right center field, it'd be a 3-bagger for sure. Chases Robinson back, doesn't get him. Robinson had 4 stolen bases in the recent 1-week homestand. Line drive down the right side. It'll take off and skip into the corner. Robinson is headed for third. The runner will be held now at third, and it'll be a double for Moreno. Robinson into third. It's a double into the right field corner off Omar Moreno's bat. And now Maka has a chance to do something about this 1-0 Philly lead. That is our first hit of the evening. They have 2. And they lead 1-0. Kenny Maka has only batted against the Phillies once this year. In limited play, Kenny is batting .229. No homers, 2 ribbies. This would be a good spot to get his first hit against Philadelphia, wouldn't it? Robbie at third. Moreno at second. First base empty. 1 out. Big breaking pitch. Christensen wasn't bashful about that one, was he? Strike 2 on Maka. We're going to pause quickly for station identification. This is the Pittsburgh Pirate Baseball Network.
KDK TV2 Pittsburgh.
No balls and 2 strikes on Maka. 2 teammates in scoring position with 1 away in the second inning. To third. They're going to turn it on Robbie, and Boone will run him back. He slips, and then Boone tags him. That is 5-2 on the put out on Robinson, makes it 2 away. Moreno is now at third. Maka's at first on a fielder's choice. And we'll take another look. With runners at second and third, Maka hit a chopper to the third baseman Schmidt. He charges it, turns it on Robinson immediately. He puts on the brakes. Now he wants to try to stop here and mess him up, but he's going to slip on the AstroTurf, and Boone tags him. And now we have runners on the corners with 2 away, and Duffy Dyer is the batter. The Duff hitting .244, 3 homers, 19 ribbies. Ball 1. Has 1 homer against this club, hit it off Lurch. First game of a Labor Day doubleheader last week at home. Duff hit well against the Phillies, .306. Hit him on the fist and popped him behind the plate. Boone back. Boone has it in front of the screen. Side retired. Close but no cigar. Bucks had something going. But we couldn't get anybody across the pay station. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. A couple of men left. Scoring opportunity went by the board that time. So we played an inning and a half. At the vet, it's still the Phillies 1 and the Buccos nothing. Tonight at 11, you'll be the first to know with Pittsburgh's #1 news team. Eyewitness News at 11 here on TV2. Jerry Royce will look at the bottom third of the Philly order. That's Bob Boone, the catcher, Ted Sizemore, the second baseman, and the pitcher, Larry Christensen. Boone hitting .282, 10 homers, 53 ribbies. And the first pitch to him is a strike. 1 of his 10 homers is against us. He hit it off Candelaria. And he hit it here in Philly. Jerry Royce in the short end of a 1-0 game. The Phillies have now gone to Cott tomorrow. There's another broken bat. That's a third broken bat here early, and it sends the ball to center. Omar catches up with it, and it's 1 away. That'll bring up second baseman Ted Sizemore. Had some big hits against us in this park this year. Sizemore hitting .294. You talk about most valuable. If this guy doesn't do a good job for him, they would not be up there because they would have been struggling with an Andrews or maybe they'd have had to even gone with Davy Johnson. But getting Sizemore in a deal, he has plugged the gap for them and obviously done a good job, hitting .294, 4 homers and 45 runs batted in. 2 of his 4 homers are against us. One off Keeson. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the other was off Candelaria. 1 out and nobody on. Phillies second. They lead. He's bunting it up the third base side, and it's foul. Got a break there because Maka was playing back. That stays inside the white line. Sizemore beats that one out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Houston and Cincy getting ready to go at Riverfront. San Diego will be at L.A. later. Mets got a couple at Montreal, and the Expos are now batting. Here, 1-0, Philadelphia second inning. Hung a curve and got away with it. Still 1-2. Ted Sizemore, the batter. Christensen, the pitcher, due up next. Ran it in on him, and he checked the swing and fouled it back, holding it 1-2. Jerry Royce, a study in concentration, doesn't like that sign, but now does. 2-2. Christensen, the on-deck hitter, is just that. He gives them another bat in their lineup when he pitches. Fills it up. Will be here tomorrow night. Originally they talked about Carlton. Now they've gone to Jim Cott. Rooker will be pitching, so we'll have a pair of lefties here tomorrow night regardless. Fouled it off. Going to end up down in the photographer's cage on the far end of our dugout on the third base side. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 away. Duffy Dyer given the sign. Ted Sizemore is the batter. Royce working. Tavares behind second, throws and gets him with ease, and it's 2 away. Tavares to Robinson, short to first. That will bring up Larry Christensen. He's had 9 hits, 2 of them out of the park, and 8 RBIs. He really gets up there and takes a cut, this kid. Off speed for an opener. Looked at it for a strike. Play here 2. Go to St. Louis for 2. The weekend will find us in Montreal. High. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the first 5 games out on this trip will be yours on Pirate Television Monday through Friday. 2 with the Phillies, 2 with the Redbirds, and 1 with the Expos. Then that'll wrap up another year of Pirate Television. One and 2. When we leave here to go to St. Louis, the Mets will invade the vet. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 away. Laid off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That does it in the second. Called strike 3. First strikeout registered by Jerry Royce. We have played 2 innings. It is still the Phillies 1 and the Pirates nothing.
Under our contractual arrangements with the Pirates for this telecast, the announcers for this game have been selected by station KDKA-TV, subject to the approval of the Pittsburgh Pirates Baseball Club.
Jerry Royce will bat on Pirate Baseball 77 in a moment after this break on the Pirate Baseball Network.
Hi, I'm Debbie, and I think this year's Ice Capades is the best show ever. It's loaded with talent. It's all new, and it's a great show. So bring the family. It's time you all saw Ice Capades again.
The Ice Capade, starring Dorothy Hamill, opens Thursday, September 15th at the Civic Arena. Tickets now at the Civic Arena, Kaufman's, Sears, and Horns downtown.
Pitcher or first baseman. Geiner goes after a breaking ball, comes up empty. The error is on the pitcher. It is their second error of the game. Boa made one on Robinson's bouncer in the second inning. All right, Taveras at second, representing a potential tying run. Geiner, the batter, in a hole 0-2. Sizemore ducks in, but then ducks out. There's a looping fly ball into left field. The ball's going to bounce in. Taveras is coming home. We got a new game. The Bull bobbled that one around a little bit, but Geiner did not get an extra base, so there will not be an error. So the error on Christensen paid off. It helped us get the tying run, and we're going to get another look. Ball was on the inside of the plate, and he got enough of it to get it into left field. Then Lazinski had hit him on the heel of the glove, but no chance for Geiner to take an extra base as Frankie ties the game, hitting the pay station here in the third inning. So Geiner comes up with his 65th run batted in, and the game is tied. Geiner, first base. He is also a threat to go. He has stolen 28 bases. He's going. There's a fly ball to center. The ball is well hit. The ball is going to be caught on the warning track. And Geiner's going to have to retrace his steps. And he had to come back in a hurry. That ball was well hit by the Cobra. It sent Maddox to the warning track in center to the left of the 408 sign. And you